Hi, I'm Peggy at Portraits by Peggy, and today I have Merrick McCartha with us. So Merrick is going to talk to us a little bit about the changes in the casting profile companies. There's a lot of changes going on right now. He's going to explain to you what casting profile companies are, how they work, and the changes that are going on. So Merrick, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sure. So there's really two casting profile companies that are going through a major change that's causing a big ripple in the industry. But I'll quickly go over some that you really should be aware of if you're not already. Of course, there is a profile company called IMDb. It's an international movie database. It is the industry standard for tracking your credits in film and television, whether it's independent films or shorts, music videos, anything that's listed on IMDb. You want to make sure you have a profile set up so those are linked to you. So that when people look you up on IMDb, which every major industry professional does, you want to make sure that you have your credits listed there so they can know you're for real. The other is Casting Frontier. Casting Frontier is mainly for commercial submissions, whereas IMDb is more sort of a database. It just shows what your credits are and gives you some information about your production. The casting profile, and IMDb does have a casting option for you to use if you want to use it on what's called IMDb Pro. I haven't had a lot of success with it. I still sort of use it to see if it gains any prominence, but at this point, it's not been a big winner for me, so it's something to just make sure you're aware of.
But IMDb is a presence that you should have.
Right, definitely want to make sure that you have your picture on IMDb. Now, people gripe about paying the money for the photo to be up there. You know what? If you don't have a photo on your IMDb, you may as well be invisible to major people in the industry, and I'm really serious about that. So having a photo on your IMDb page is essential for people to take you seriously when you're trying to get work in the real professional world.
And it should be a professional portrait. It should be a headshot. Now, depending if you have the IMDb Pro, you can upload as many pictures as you want. You can do red carpets and different things like that. But your main profile picture, that's your first impression. And people do look at this. I mean, major people do look at this. So if they pull you up and you have a great resume and no picture or a goofy selfie, you're not presenting yourself the way you should be. So remember, this is your profession. This is your craft. You want to make sure that you make the best first impression every single time.
Exactly. And IMDb Pro is a great way to do that. I know many actors have their own individual actor website, which is fine to have. You're allowed to have your own versatility with that. Personally, I just use IMDb as my website because it's got everything there for people to see and take seriously. It's got all the links to all of my film and television credits there. I'm on something called IMDb Pro, which is a premium service that you can put as many pictures as you want up there for one, and you can put in video, so reels and demo reels and things like that can go on your IMDb Pro.
And it links to every TV show you were in, every movie you were in, all the major things all go up in.
Yeah, IMDb Pro is a great tool to have. So it's something you're considering. I would highly recommend it, especially if you don't have representation yet. That's one tool you really need in your search tool arsenal to be able to find the right representation. And I can definitely give you information about that later on. The other one is, again, Casting Frontier. That one is important because it has what's called a barcode. Some commercials still use Casting Frontier and track you with that barcode. There's a barcode and then there's a barcode number that they'll use. It's a free profile. It doesn't really cost any money if you don't want to have your casting profile picture up there. And if you go to an audition, sometimes they will ask you for that, so you want to just kind of have that ready. Otherwise, it does have an option for you to pay monthly to do submissions through Casting Frontier, where you'll get notifications and then you can click to submit yourself for things at no additional cost other than a $10 monthly fee, I think it is. So that's something to consider also, Casting Frontier. The other two are major. The next one is Actors Access, which is owned by a company called Breakdown Services. Actors Access is the actors portal to see what acting jobs are available in the film and television world. It's mainly film and television for Actors Access. With that one, it's free to have a standard profile, but if you want to submit for work, you do need to pay a monthly fee for that, which I don't do only because my agent really has a strong handle on my film and television submissions. So that's totally fine. I leave to them.
So if you don't have an agent, this is definitely something you can do to get a hold of, you know, information and submit yourself to. Again, it's good to have a few different looks up on that casting profile so that when a role comes up, you have a headshot that matches that character.
Exactly. And again, it's a free profile that's set up for Actors Access. And if you do, I think it's if you have representation already, you get 2 free photos or at least 1 free photo to set up on there. And to add any additional photos, it's only, I think, $10. It's pretty inexpensive. They have an option for you to add your demo reel or media clips, and it's like $20 per minute or something like that. It's something really, it's not that expensive. I mean, and it'll do a fraction thereof. So for me, when I upload a 15-second clip, it won't take a full $20. It'll take a fraction thereof. So I can put in 4 clips into that 1 minute, 4 different clips. It'll only charge me the $20, if that makes sense to you. So that's a great thing about Actors Access. And again, the thing about Actors Access is that you as an actor have access to only a few of the breakdowns out there. Your agent or manager has a full range of view of what's out there for work. And that's because many casting directors will only make their breakdown available or visible to agents and managers. That way they avoid a flood of submissions from people like myself who like to self-submit, or other actors who don't have representation yet. So keep that in mind.
Now, is Actors Access the one that offers slates?
Yes, and slates on Actors Access are the key. I have to tell you that I've had Actors Access profile for years. And since I went in with Peggy and did slates on my photos, just a few of them, I've seen a dramatic increase in my auditions for work. It's been like tenfold. I really can't say better things about it.
So let me tell you what a slate is,
Yeah.
in case you don't know what this is. Basically, it's just an introduction. It's a video introduction. You say your name, you know, whatever, a little bit about yourself, just a real quick introduction, and then it kind of morphs into your headshot. So basically, when we're doing your headshot, you know, that same pose, we do a little video clip, just a little slate, and then you put those together. Now, not only is it great because they can hear you, they can see you, but what this does technically is when you submit or when your agent submits, this puts you at the top of the stack. So this is going to give you a better chance of being seen.
Right. Yeah. One thing I learned from going to an event held by the owners of Breakdown Services is that their default algorithm for sorting submissions that casting directors see puts people with slates and demo reels and resume at the top of the list. So why not add a slate? It's really, I think it's a couple dollars to add. And what it is for them, this is their description of what they intended it to be, is sort of a button they can click on your headshot, and you sort of come to life, just say your name, say who your representation is, and that's it. It's nothing big. I've seen some where people will try to put in a scene as their slate. It's questionable if that's effective, but most of the time the casting people just want to see what you sound like. They want to see how you move, what your personality is in that couple seconds. So that's what I did with Peggy, and it looks great. I mean, you want to have it so that you can, if you're not doing it in the same session, like I didn't do it, you go back to that pose that you were in, or perhaps that location, and pose, and sort of recreate that pose, and sort of come to life by saying your name, who your representation is, or just your name even. That's fine enough. And that's what you want with the slate. So it's a really important tool, and it's a big help for getting work.
It's a huge help. I mean, anything that helps you stand out is important.
Yeah, and why not put yourself at the top? Why not have that as an advantage for you? The other casting profile company is LA Casting, that a lot of actors use. It's been around for quite a while. It mainly does commercial submissions or commercial breakdowns. In other words, you sign up for LA Casting and have your profile. You can get notifications of what jobs are available for things that might be a fit for you. It's a great tool. Having the profile up there, there's a monthly fee for it if you want to be able to submit to an unlimited amount of roles. Otherwise, you're paying, I think, $1 or $2 per submission, which can be costly. So it makes sense to do, I think it's $9 for the unlimited submission, and then if you want to have any media up there, it's an additional $5, so about $15 a month for your LA casting profile to be set up.
So if you have an agent, your agent's obviously going to use, submit through that as well, and your
Right.
agent will see things that you don't see, like you said before. But you've got to have those great headshots for your agent to submit or for you to submit. So whether you have an agent or whether your agent is 100%, his agent loves him to self-submit as well. So, his agent's out there submitting, he's submitting. But bottom line, this is where your headshots live so that you can send them out,
Right.
so that you can.
Yeah, and headshots are a big deal. I mean, I know we all have great resumes. We've done great work. We've got great training. But the first thing that the casting person sees is your face, that headshot. So that's why that's got to be good. That's got to be something that grabs their attention. It should not. It should be colorful. It should show you. It should show character, especially for commercial work. The same goes for theatrical, but just in a different tone. And you need to know the difference in how those work. That's why you need a professional to show you how to pose and what those shots should look like. Nothing with a cell phone for professional headshot. And there are certain standards and guidelines for headshots that are in hard copy. But for casting profiles, they want to have a certain amount of color. You want to be able to stand out with your headshot. So with casting, LA casting, big mainly on commercials. They do some independent projects that are films. They do some independent feature shorts. They also will do union and non-union commercial. They'll do industrial. It'll be print work. All that's through LA Casting mainly. The other for film and television is Actors Access. So here's what happened. 20th Century Fox, after years of being with Actors Access, as every other studio and production company is with Actors Access, 20th Century Fox decided they're going to switch and go to LA Casting for their theatrical submissions and breakdowns. So with that, Actors Access, after receiving their email that they were done using them, they said okay. So they wiped their slate of 20th Century Fox and they no longer have access to submit through Actors Access.
So what this means
Yes.
is you have your LA casting profile, which is all of your commercial headshots.
Right.
And now all of a sudden you need some theatrical headshots on LA casting,
Right.
because if you want to submit through anything that's 20th Century Fox, it's going through LA casting.
LA Casting.
So you're going to need that theatrical section. So go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, and so you would think that, hey, I've already got a LA Casting profile for commercials. I'll just go in and add, my theatrical agent, and then I'll partition out which photos are for my theatrical submissions. It's not working that way. What you have to do, if you have, whether you do or not, but you do need to create a new profile, whether you already have a profile in LA Casting for commercial or not. You have to have a new profile for your theatrical agent.
And then they merge it together somehow?
Well,
but you have to, okay.
Not quite. Well, first thing, your agent should have a code that LA Casting has given them so that you can enter as your theatrical agent, and that's up an additional profile. So now what you do once that profile is set up, which does come with one free photo, you can link your theatrical to your commercial. There's a button there to link those two profiles together. All it does is it allows you to be able to switch back and forth. It doesn't merge their information at all. It doesn't share the photos at all like you can easily do on Actors Access.
So you need to reset up your resume. You need to reset up everything.
Yeah, you need to reset up everything, all the little things you already have up there. Now the thing is, some of the photos you might have used on your commercial profile that you want to use on your theatrical profile on LA Casting. As of now, they still want to charge you money to upload all those photos. Personally, I have about 18 theatrical photos on Actors Access. So we'll see if they actually make me pay the money to have all those photos ported over to LA Casting, but we'll see about that. The other thing is the link of those profiles. You can have, everything's different. So in other words, they're not going to merge any information together necessarily, unless you request it, I think. But the agents are sort of frantic about this right now. This just happened. So people that thought they were safe with their whole account set up, now you've got to do the work to set up these new profiles. You might have an agent or manager that's willing to do that for you. Even then, it's still really cumbersome and take some time. But as far as the fees during this transition, that's still a big question. So people are scrambling. Luckily, it's a holiday break. There's not that much production going on, but Fox is significant. There is a new show called 911 with Angela Bassett. That's a emergency responder show that does law enforcement and medical professionals. So yes, I need to have that set up. So of course, my agent's on my case, and I'm doing it. I've got it done. So I will definitely follow up with another. Hopefully, we can do another one of these and tell you what the result was of this merger. But right now, it's a cluster. You know what? If you know what I mean.
So I laugh because it's my vlog, and you're used to me cursing on my vlog, but Mr. Curse. Nice Guy, I curse. No. Sailor. Anyway, but seriously, that's one of the main points of this vlog, is to help you guys, and so this kind of came up kind of out of the blue. So we really wanted to put this out there. If you want to leave comments with questions, anything that we don't know, we'll definitely do everything we can to find out and help you. If you have ideas, maybe you're like, well, duh, Merrick, all you need to do is please leave that comment for us.
No, my agent sent many emails almost daily about this whole situation. It is a mess. Both agents have, my commercial and my theatrical. I've got multiple emails from about this. So
yeah,
it's a big deal.
So we know it's a mess, and some of you have great agents, some of you don't have great agents, some of you don't have agents at all. So we wanted to make sure that we gave you all the information we knew and are there to help you at any point that you need help. And also, of course, I'm going to do a Portraits by Peggy plug, because this is Portraits by Peggy. If you're uploading new theatrical headshots anyway, why don't you come in and get some new ones?
Yeah.
But seriously, if you have any questions, please leave comments, ideas. Also, if you haven't done it yet, you need to go to YouTube and follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave me comments, share this video with everybody that you know this will benefit. I know if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I upload these to Facebook directly, and they're also on my YouTube channel. So, however you want to share them through Facebook, share them through the YouTube, it doesn't matter to me. Just make sure that if this is useful to someone, you get it out there to them. And most importantly, have an amazing week.
Have a great week.
And I'll see you next week. Thanks for being on with us.
Go on.
So, we found somebody that talks more than me.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons why I do this vlog, is so that you can kind of get to know my personality and think about if you can stand hanging out with me for a couple hours while we do your pictures. Because,
right.
It's a thing.